dropped the play before he was there. In play, that's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver! And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that.
What a play over at third. He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. Jordan Rice heads out. Trey Cluxton right. Puts it over to first and still gets Alex Harden. Cross, get out, ball later. He might have just missed it. Got it wrong from Jordan Rice. And that's the shot. That's all on the play. Steps on second, throws over to first, and he does it! Oh my lord, Zach Inouye, a solo! That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil. Oh! Philip Rosenbach, walked off the season. Oh! Cross, get out, ball later! And that ball is out of here! Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver! That ball's in play. Goes back, Keith McKay! Akatona's Playhouse makes the grab! He's heading home. Oh, he's out! He's gonna be out! Look how I like it! That ball is absolutely tattooed! And what a roll! What a roll from Keith McKay! Flare it up. What a play for Peter McNeil!
Well, it's the start of a new week here in the AWA, but it's not the start of a new week on the calendar. Coming to you live, it's a special Tuesday edition of the AWA as the 9-6 Northern Nighthawks get ready to take on the 7-8 Metropolitan Mojo. I'm Trevor Butler, and for the time being, to quote Celine Dion, I'm all by myself up here in the broadcast booth on a very sunny Tuesday afternoon here in the PNW. The final warm-ups getting underway right now for the Mojo in what should be a very good game. The Nighthawks currently at the top of the league, tied with the Aces, so the last two champions of the AWA currently at the top of the standings, while the Mojo sit at 7 and 8, kind of in the mid-pack, trying to fight their way out of a battle of teams right between that 8 and 6 win mark. But we'll get into the starting lineups first for the visiting Northern Nighthawks.
Jack Playhouse, University of Washington.
Drew Gradwell, Blue Mountain State University. Go Goats.
Philip Rosenbacher, Meadowdale High School.
Chance Justice, ITT Tech.
Philip Thomas, Meadowdale Middle School.
And for this afternoon, the Nighthawks will be without Philip Grossenbacher, so just the other four. Now the lineups for the home team in Game 1, the Metropolitan Mojo.
Dominic DeMero, University of Hawaii. Go Bows.
Trevor May, Kelso High School.
Austin Whitehouse, Edmonds Woodway High School.
Alex Hatch, Woodway Elementary.
Quinn Thomas, La Petite Academy.
Houston Schmutz, Archbishop Murphy High School.
And only 4 players on hand as well for the Mojo. Houston Schmutz, Alex Hatch, Austin Whitehouse, and as usual, Tommy Tickets, who is going to be playing the field today over at first because there's not a lot else you can do for the Metropolitan Mojo. And we're just minutes away from game number 1 here at AWA Field as the Nighthawks look to extend their lead at the top of the league.
Hey. Philip Thomas, you're the interview of this.
And as per usual, we'll kick it down to Robert, who's along the first baseline with Philip Thomas.
All right, Philip. So talk about, moving to a Tuesday. Does that change your philosophy at all, that extra day to kind of warm up and get ready?
The key is to just not psych yourself out. You always stay mentally prepared every time you step on the field. And, if you have a good, solid warm-up routine, then nothing changes.
Yeah, what's your warm-up routine like these days, especially with the summer weather?
I usually, do a couple skips, and I run a couple poles, and then do a couple arm circles, and that's about it.
All right, well, good luck out there. Back booth, guys.
So a look at the pitching matchup for today. It's going to be Drew Gradwell on the hill for the Nighthawks, one of the best in the league, near the top of almost every single pitching statistic this season, currently boasting a 1.55 ERA with 52 strikeouts in 29 innings pitched. So it has been quite the year for Drew Gradwell. On the other side, Alex Hatch, not doing too bad himself, a little bit higher of an ERA, sitting at 3.25 on the season, 37 strikeouts in 24 innings pitched. So a little less of a workload for Hatch. But it should be an interesting matchup today. Like I said earlier, the Nighthawks looking to jump ahead in the standings, and we're going to get ready to get things underway. It's going to be Chance Justice leading off here for the Northern Nighthawks.
So they sent him a bunch of free shit. Tyler's over there, right? The TSR2 is Tyler's, yeah. That was his old driver.
First pitch on the way is down low for ball 1.
Yeah, you missed the last 2 series.
1-0. Just runs inside and catches the corner for strike 1, and we're even. Little to no wind on this Tuesday afternoon as Justice can't catch up with 59, and he falls behind 1-2. Hatch looking to open things up with a punch-out. Can't get it there as that one stays inside. 62 on the radar gun, so some early heat from Alex Hatch. Now the 2-2. Chopped back to him. Hatch gobbles it up and flips on to first. Tommy Ticket's able to haul it in, and there's one down. A solid 1-3 put out there for Hatch. We've seen some guys up on the hill have trouble with those bouncing comebackers, but everybody able to jump on it here. So that'll bring Jack Blayhouse to the dish. Had to pick up Tommy tickets from the ferry terminal earlier as the first pitch to him runs inside for ball 1. Blayhouse hitting .405 on the years. That's just going to catch the top of the zone for strike 1. 405 on the year, 6 homers, 17 hits in 42 at-bats as that's tapped foul. So for the second at-bat in a row to open things up for Hatch, he's ahead 1-2. And this time he'll get the strikeout looking. The high outside corner for Alex Hatch. He tried it, he made it work, and there's 2 down. So a quick couple of outs on 9 pitches for Alex Hatch, and that'll bring Philip Thomas to the dish. Another man with 6 homers on the year, batting .500 through 46 at-bats. First pitch to him here stays a little high for ball 1. All 3 batters Hatch has faced have jumped ahead 1-0. Thomas the first to go ahead 2-0 though. Looking to spark something here in the top of the first. That runs inside ball 3. That'll be a big opportunity for Philip Thomas as he waves at that one for strike 1, 57 on the radar. Looking to get something going after back-to-back early outs. That's going to be popped up toward left field. The wind caught it, and it's going to get out. The wind got on that one. It pulled it left, and it lands on top of Club 65. A 2-run shot for Philip Thomas. And just like that, the Nighthawks jump ahead here in Game 1. It was a real tomahawk chop of a swing. He just kind of hacked at it, and he was able to drive it out toward left field. So with 2 down, all of a sudden the Nighthawks jumping out to an early advantage as Drew Gradwall steps in and tags the first pitch foul. Hatch looking to rebound. He's quickly ahead 0-2. Looking to end the frame with a punch out. And that's going to be popped up toward left. And that's going to drop in. The wind, or it might not even be the wind because there's little to no wind here this afternoon, but something out in left field is really playing an advantage because these last 2 balls that have been looped out to left field have both been moving very odd. You don't see that very often, but both of them have dropped in. First a homer and now a base hit single for Drew Gradwall. So Chance Justice will step in now, still with 2 down after back-to-back hits for the Nighthawks. He's in an even 1-1 count. Thought about it, but holds off. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you may not be able to see the flags, but for the TikTok viewers, as Justice swings through strike 2, you may be able to see that flag out in right center field on the tree, and it's moving very minimally, so it might not be the wind playing an effect. Might be something else. 2-2 is going to be popped up foul. So Justice defending and working the count here. This one will run inside for ball 3. And after back-to-back outs on only 9 pitches for Alex Hatch, things getting a little bit out of hand for the right-hander. Unfortunately for Chance Justice, though, he waves at that one for strike 3, and the Mojo get out of the inning. But Philip Thomas gets the Nighthawks off the deck with a solo 2-out shot. It's 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. So getting ready to get back to work here in the bottom of the first. Houston Schmutz will lead off for the Mojo. Batting at a 364 clip and 74 plate appearances, 55 at-bats, 20 hits, and 3 homers for the leadoff man. Gradwall going to work. First pitch was at 62, though.
My second speed check of the season.
And he said his second speed check of the season as that one runs outside for ball 1 to open up.
First one was low.
That was a ball.
2-0.
1-0.
2-0. First pitch was 62. It's 1-0. It hit the strike zone.
Oh, I thought it was low.
It hit the strike zone.
All right, that's not a good start then to me.
1-0.
So 1-0 count on the way. This one stays low, ball 2. This one runs outside, so Schmutz quickly hit an advantage in a 3-0 count. And he holds off a leadoff walk to Houston Schmutz, and there's a man aboard. Only the 29th free pass issued thus far this season by Drew Gradwall, who has been really ridiculously efficient throughout this season. So Alex Hatch will step in now. First pitch just catching the top of the zone at 60. This one tagged foul, and Hatch is behind 0-2. Leaves it outside, ball 1. And again outside for ball 2, so Hatch working the count back level. And this one will be popped up. Tough play. Philip Thomas reins in and makes the grab. So Schmutz stays put on first, and there's one down. Austin Whitehouse now stepping in, batting 326 on the year. First pitch was 61, a speed check. So after only 1 speed check all season for Drew Gradwall, he's got 2 here in the early stages. 0-1. This one at 57 catches the zone, and Whitehouse is quickly behind 0-2. He's going to wave through that one. Strike 3 swinging, and there's 2 down. So Schmutz will make his way back to the plate now with 2 away. Technically, he is the man on first. Whitehouse will represent him. First pitch on the way. Stays a little outside, ball 1. That one's tagged foul. Schmutz able to pick up his 20th walk of this 2025 campaign in his last at bat, but here he's behind 1-2. He's going to pop that one up. Justice under it, nearly lost it to the sun, but reins it in and ends the frame. The Mojo strand a man at first, but get nothing more. It's 1-0 as we head to the second.
I think the humidity is
So back here for the top of the second, it's going to be Jack Blehouse leading things off for the Nighthawks. And I'm now accompanied by someone in the booth as the first pitch is going to be lined over toward third. Tough play for Whitehouse.
Did I hit him?
Thomas Blehouse can't make the play, and we'll take a look at the replay because the Mojo arguing that it hit Blehouse.
Well, it did hit him. It's just a matter of, was he there first?
It's a close call right there.
Hits. I think he's out. I think it hits. Hold on. Yeah, hits him there.
The booth is going to rule that he's out.
Sorry, Jack.
So quickly one down on a tough play over there at third from Austin Whitehouse, who came up firing. It'll go down as a 5-3 ground out, and there's one away. So Philip Thomas 1 for 1 this afternoon. So he takes strike one there. And what I was saying before that controversial play over at first, I'm joined in the booth now by Shane Hansen of the Eastern Enforcers, as that's going to be lined up the middle. This one's a tough play for Whitehouse, and he can't quite hang on to it. Shane, how you doing today?
Well, you know, I'm good. I mean, you know, it's a beautiful day. It's a little. I was at a football practice earlier. I coach at one of the high schools around here, and it felt a lot hotter there with the AstroTurf, and yeah, but it's nice and cool here, so I'll take that.
That's for sure. No, it's definitely cooled off a little bit. You know, I came out here, packed the sweatshirt, didn't think I'd need it, but it has gotten a little chilly as Gradwall swings through strike number 1. 2-1 on the way from Hatch. Just missed down low, ball 3. 3-1 hitters count on the way. They'll just catch the inside part of the plate for strike 2. Full count offering. Stays low, ball 4, and there's 2 aboard here in the top of the second. The second free pass of the afternoon for Alex Hatch. That'll bring the top of the order back up with Chance Justice. A ground out and a strikeout so far for the right-hander.
Yeah, he's definitely got some pop in his bat. Not necessarily the guy you want at bat here with 2 people on.
First pitch on the way. Just missed. Now the 1-0. This one stays up high. Justice hitting .231, yet to leave the yard for the first time this year, but he's got a couple of runs batted in as that runs inside, ball 3.
Wanted to swing at that one.
Justice looking to load the bases, and he'll do just that. He holds off, and it's going to be bases loaded still with only 1 down. So Jack Blehaus will step in once again. 6 homers, 14 RBIs on the season for Blehaus, and he'll look to add to both of those tallies right here and really extend this lead for the Northern Nighthawks. Still only a 1-run ball game. First pitch just missing. Grounded left side, tough play. Whitehouse applies the tag over at third. And he'll get Gradwall, but a run scores.
Hey, good work, 4.
So an RBI fielder's choice right there from Jack Blehaus.
It's a, what do they call it, a productive out?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you hate to lose the guy at third, but hey, if you score a run, you score a run.
.10 catches the zone.
No, I want those.
Thomas quickly ahead 2-0 now, so 2 for 2 on the afternoon. A homer and a single for Philip Thomas. And the 2-1 just misses low. This one sent out towards center field. It's going to leave the yard. It's a multi-homer game for Philip Thomas. Robert chatted with him before the game, and he might just have to do it again afterward.
Yeah, there was no doubt about that one.
With 2 homers for Philip Thomas. So Drew Gradwell will step in. Tough to match that. Philip Thomas having himself an afternoon here in game number 1. As Gradwell couldn't catch up to it, but it's 62.
Got lucky there.
Still 1-0. This one poked the other way, just goes foul. Philip Thomas homered to left, now homered to center. Really the definition of hitting to all fields here in game number 1. 1-1 on the way to Gradwell is again tagged foul.
What's the count? 1-2. 1-2.
1 ball and 2 strikes on the way. And it drops in the dirt for ball 2. Gradwell doing a good job of holding off there. That one drops in for strike 3 looking though. And that will end the inning, but not before a 4 spot from the Northern Nighthawks. And even though Drew Gradwell struck out, he's going to be pitching with an advantage here in the bottom of the second. 5-0 your score. So it'll be Alex Hatch leading off here in the bottom of the second. And it's been a tale of 2 pitchers for both of these squads. These are the 17th and 18th pitches that Gradwell has thrown compared to 49 for Hatch.
Wow.
He lines that one back up the middle though. Tough play for Chance Justice, and there's no way he was getting to that. It was smoked back up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, Gradwell put his arm up like he was trying to grab it, but I mean, had to be at least 80 exit velo on that, so you know, not a lot you can do there, especially when you're only, what is it, 35 feet away at the mound there. So
first pitch to Whitehouse stays inside, but no, that one was a rocket off the bat. Third speed check of the day for Drew Gradwell here. This one's certainly not though. Whitehouse a little under it. 1-1 on the way. Runs inside, ball 2. This one popped up. Blayhouse calls everyone off and hauls it in. There's 1 down.
Yeah, it looked a little dicey at first. They were all running for it, but then obviously Blayhouse, being the team captain, making the veteran move, coming in there, saying, "No, I got it."
Never want your pitcher coming off the mound. That elevation change can be challenging as Schmutz takes strike 1. That just caught the zone.
Wow.
0-2. Stays a little high and Schmutz holds off. This one poked, tough play. They're going to get the lead runner Hatch. A smart play by Philip Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, when the runner's that close, there's no reason not to try that, especially when you got Chance Justice right there at second, ready to pick up a pass ball or anything if that happens. So, yeah, good heads-up play there by Thomas.
So the Nighthawks able to nab the lead runner, and there's 2 down. That stays outside for Hatch, ball 1. just missing low. This one fouled back, and Gradwall will get a pitch back here. Swung through strike 2 at 59. 2-2. 61 saved by the radar for Alex Hatch. New life for the left-hander. The 2-2 again. This one 61 but missed low. Count goes full 3-2. And it runs inside, so Hatch takes advantage of a new opportunity and walks himself aboard. So Austin Whitehouse will step in now with an opportunity to work the Mojo back into this ball game, trailing 5-0 here in the bottom of the second. Only game number 1 of a 3-game set, but you don't want to drop the first.
No, I mean, it's just it's a good momentum setter, you know.
It would be a big win for the Nighthawks going into the game that they will be the home team, that being game 2. Got a quicker opportunity to close out the series. So that just catches the top of the zone for strike 1. Runs inside, ball 2. So Whitehouse can't catch up with that one, just stayed outside the whole time. 2-2 on the way once again. Tagged foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the second is the pitch from the man wearing number 2, Drew Gradwall. Was fouled back once more. I like to say Deuce is wild, but that must be Deuce's really wild as that runs inside, ball 3. Looking to get out of the inning.
Gets a piece.
Just caught a piece of it, and the at-bat continues. This one lined up the middle. Off the wall, 1 run will score. Everybody else holds up. Now they'll both advance a bag. The throw was offline. A 2-out RBI double from Austin Whitehouse. That gets the Mojo back into this one.
It looked like it had a chance for a minute, but I think there was just a little gust of wind that maybe kept it in the park. But, I mean, still, even though it wasn't out, you get 2 runners in scoring position and a run, so, you know, for the Mojo, you'll take that.
First pitch to Schmutz in there for strike 1. And he's quickly behind 0-2. A 5-1 Nighthawks lead here in the bottom of the second. That one drops in for strike 1. This one Schmutz can't catch up with. Strikes out swinging, but the Mojo get one back as we head to the third. 5-1 your score. So an interesting development here in game number 1.
And then click third base and put
First appearance of the year.
Is it?
Yeah.
So an interesting development, as I was saying. Alex Hatch's day is done on the mound, at least for game number 1. Austin Whitehouse is going to step in and get things underway. His first pitch stays high at 57 for ball 1. This one, though, just catching the top of the zone, and we go even. Just missing there. Now the 2-1. Can't connect. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Popped up. Hatch is under it. His first play in the field, and he hauls it in. They say that the ball will find you, and that's certainly the case right there for Alex Hatch.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't normally see Austin Whitehouse on the bump, so kind of an interesting move here going into him now. But, I mean, maybe they're thinking, okay, well, you know, we're down. Oh.
First pitch chopped over towards second, flip to first, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, I mean, they might be thinking, okay, well, let's save him for later on when we're in a closer situation or something like that. I mean, that's really all I could think of, but.
Popped up, tough play. Tommy Tickets showing off the wheels, hauling it in. And you don't see him very often on the hill, but Austin Whitehouse spins a shutout frame to give the Mojo an opportunity to even this game. They need 4 to tie, 5 to win it here in game 1. So Alex Hatch will lead off this 3rd and final inning of game number 1 as the Mojo look to get back into it. First pitch to him, chopped over toward Thomas. This is a tough play. Gradwall opts to try and get the tag out. And we'll see if he made the play in time. It looks like he did.
I believe so, but this is what we have replay for. Okay.
Sure did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We got the call confirmed from the booth, from New York, you could say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And not like 50 feet to our right. Oh, 1 runs inside to Whitehouse. As I have been corrected, it is Secaucus, New Jersey, and not New York. I was thinking the NBA. Oh.
Been watching too much of the NBA Finals lately. Whitehouse goes around. And there's 2 down as Gradwall looks to end this ball game. Currently having a discussion with one of our producers about the location of various professional sports league offices. So if you guys know where the NBA league offices are, drop that in the chat. I'm being told that Secaucus, New Jersey is really a hub of all things sports replay. 2-2 pitch on the way. Gradwall looking to end it. And he tried the old speed him up, slow him down. 34 on the radar, but Schmutz holds off. Schmutz swings through it, and that'll do it for game number 1. A 4-run fourth for the Northern Nighthawks. Give them the win here in this opening ball game.
Awesome lineup.
Same thing, start.
Okay.
So we'll kick it down to our expert on all things replay review. Robert's down the first baseline with Drew Gradwall.
All right, Drew. So, you know, early on getting some help from the offense from Philip Thomas. How does that help you on the mound?
Yeah, you know, it kind of frees me up a little bit on the mound. I don't have to be too careful with a 4-run lead, although, you know, try to still throw some good pitches, get some good locations. But yeah, Phil knocked in a lot of runs for us that game, so it was really helpful.
Yeah. So how do you see the field kind of helping you in Game 2 and Game 3?
Well, they made some good plays out there in Game 1. You know, if I just keep it on the ground for them, give them the opportunity to make plays, that's all I can ask for. So.
All right. Well, good luck out there. Bat booth, guys.
So it's going to be the same old here in game number 2. Both teams trotting out virtually the exact same lineup. It'll be Alex Hatch back on the hill for the Mojo. So took an inning off in game 1, but he's back out here for game 2. And as expected, Drew Gradwall will be on the hill once again for the Nighthawks, who have moved to 10-6 with this win. They've secured themselves a winning record through another week. Even if they drop the next 2, they'll only drop to 10-8.
Yeah.
We get ready to get things going here in game number 2. It'll be Houston Schmutz leading things off. Gradwall getting ready to get things going here in this second game. Toes the rubber, kicks and fires. Taken for strike 1, and the left-hander picks up a quick first strike. This one's going to be sent back up the middle. Schmutz went fishing for it out in the other batter's box, but it works out well for him because he lines it back up the middle for a base hit single to open things up. So Alex Hatch will step in now. First pitch to him, just misses outside, ball 1. Can't connect with 59, it's even 1-1. Again at 59, back-to-back. Tough pitches from Drew Gradwall.
That's consistency.
60 on the gun, gets him to swing through it. And there's one down. Gradwall's 57th strikeout of the season. And with a 1-run effort in game number 1, now boasting a 1.48 ERA. Whitehouse can't catch up. It's 4 strikes in a row. Make it 5 as that's tapped foul. Oh, 2. Got him swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. Drew Gradwall. My apologies. I'm used to there being 4 guys in the lineup, not 3.
Yeah, definitely an uphill battle here for the Mojo, not having, I mean, you know, former league MVP Dominic DeMiro, and having to take on this Nighthawks squad that's been probably the best so far this year. So, you know, but it's not impossible. Crazy things have happened.
So it'll just go down as back-to-back strikeouts for Drew Gradwall, but he's in an 0-2 advantage here. Lined off the foot, tough play, comes up firing, can't quite make the throw. Ball runs out of play. So So it went off the foot and skipped way down the third base line. And Schmutz comes up hobbling here, so this could be interesting. He said he needs a pinch runner, and Austin Whitehouse will do his job for him.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of stopped about halfway down to third and was
Hatch swings through strike one.
sort of grabbing his leg there. Pulled a calf, quad, something like that.
Runs inside, and the count is even 1-1. Hatch taps that foul. Holds off on the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ripped foul. And that was absolutely smacked off the bat, too.
Oh, yeah. Just about knocked over the microphone.
2-2 again. This one popped up foul.
Gradwell says, I didn't feel like running.
It's a business decision. Don't waste your energy.
No, yeah.
2-2 once again. And would you believe it? It's another foul ball. Hatch doing a good job of working the count here. A 7-pitch at bat for the left-hander. A lefty-lefty matchup. You don't see a lot of those here in the AWA.
No, hardly ever.
2-2 once more. This time, Gradwall gets the best of him. A 3-strikeout frame for the left-hander, but the Mojo, a couple timely base runners that turn into a run. It's 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first.
The scariest thing is when you see this, and no leg or foot is towards you. Ready?
So Chance Justice will lead things off here in the bottom of the first. Nighthawks looking to respond after falling behind early. Hatch opens things up with a ball that just missed the outside corner. This one will run inside, and it's 2-0. 2-0 again stays inside, so Hatch trying to jam Justice up a little bit, but unable to do so thus far. This one will catch the zone at 59, and it'll be a 3-1 hitters count. Again catching the zone, and Hatch working all the way back into this at bat. All of a sudden, the count full.
Lovely.
They just misses outside. A leadoff walk to Chance Justice, and there's a man aboard for Jack Playhouse.
I know, freshman.
10th free pass of the season for Chance Justice.
I bet you can't.
Now batting for the Northern Nighthawks, pitcher and captain, number 4, Jack Playhouse.
We're on a beautiful Tuesday evening in the Pacific Northwest.
Can't beat it.
First pitch stays low. And the other 9 months of the year, it's cloudy, it's wet, it's rainy. It's not great as Playhouse tags this one. Potential double play. Schmutz with a little bit of a lollipop throw there, but they get the runner at second.
Now batting for the Northern Nighthawks, first baseman, number 11, Philip Thomas.
Looks like Schmutz threw that with his left hand. Is he normally left-handed?
I don't believe so.
If so, that's impressive.
1-0. Just catches the top of the zone. Look out for us. That one bounced back into the booth. Now the 1-1. 62. But as I was saying, now the other 9 months out of the year, it's wet, it's cloudy, it's cold, it's rainy, but those 3, maybe 4 months of summer you get, it is beautiful out here.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot you can ask for besides this, as that runs inside for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike on the way. Again, stays inside. Hatch looking to avoid his second free pass of the inning. Thomas chops one, foul. So they count full 3-2. In a 1-0 Mojo lead here in the bottom of the first. The payoff pitch. Hammered left side. Could be another double play. Whitehouse flips to second, and once again, they'll just go for the lead runner.
Yeah, that's the smart play there. I mean, you know, you got the lead. You don't need to do anything crazy. Just get the lead runner. You know, don't make some error on the overthrow or something. Wow.
An absolutely beautiful pitch, and it's 0-2.
Little submarine there.
Interesting. Little Taylor Rogers type pitch. He thought about it, but just holds off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Nighthawks trailing by 1 as that stays low for ball 3. Now the full count pitch. Chopped left side, tough play, Whitehouse. And he holds up, decides not to throw, flips onto second. Schmutz couldn't, Houston Schmutz couldn't quite make the play. And Thomas digs for third, gets there safely.
Yeah, kind of a questionable throw there by Whitehouse, knowing you weren't going to get him. And I mean, with Houston Schmutz possibly limited mobility.
And Schmutz out there talking. He said the entire right side of his body is essentially shot right now. He says he got a hurt shoulder, a tight Achilles, so
that's why he's okay. That's why he's throwing lefty.
So an interesting spot to be in for the Mojo here, as Justice is going to tap that one foul.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Behind 0-2 now is Chance Justice. As that just missed up high for ball 1. Swings through strike 3, and Hatch strands runners on the corners. The Mojo get out of a jam and end the first inning. It's 1-0.
Hatch, were you lost out? I don't know. Yeah.
Top of the second on tap here in game number 2. And interestingly enough, Alex Hatch threw a shutout inning, but threw more pitches than Gradwell did, even though Gradwell allowed a run. So he'll go back to work facing Austin Whitehouse, who struck out swinging his first time up. Stays inside, the count is even 1-1. Outside, and it's going to be a hitter's count, 3-1. Looped left field, off the wall. thought it had a chance to get out, but just stays in the yard for Austin Whitehouse. It'll just be a long single.
Now batting for Metropolitan Mojo, second baseman, number 8, Schmutz.
Let's go back to the top of the order in an interesting spot here for Houston Schmutz, who is hurt, but he's got an opportunity to give the Mojo an extended lead here. Still a 1-0 ball game in the top of the second.
And we'll see what happens here. I mean, I assume usually injuries like those don't impact your hitting ability too much, but I mean, you never know if your Achilles is tight.
Oh, last one to center field.
There you go.
Injury be damned. Houston Schmutz drills one out to center field. A 2-run shot, and he's gonna hobble around the bases a la Kurt Gibson.
Coming.
Taking his time, as he should. I mean, hey, you jack one that far while you're banged up, you might as well.
Houston Schmutz is gonna party like it's 1988 right now. As that's popped up and caught. There's an old saying that says loud outs are still outs, and that's certainly the case right there. So all of a sudden, the Mojo out to a 3-0 lead. And Gradwall with his 4th ball of the inning. That's going to be more than the first inning. Only 3 balls in that first inning. Whitehouse quickly behind 1 and 2. 61, so he'll be saved by the speed check.
Gotta love that if you're the Mojo.
He taps that one back to Gradwall. 1 and 2. This one at 57 can't connect with it. He missed it a little low, and there's 2 down. Four strikeouts already in this ball game for Drew Gradwall. First pitch this time to Schmutz, runs inside. Already 3 for 3 here in this first ball game is Houston Schmutz. As he swings through that one for strike 1. Runs inside, and the count 3-1 now. And Gradwall just missed outside for ball 4.
Is that full? Is that full count? Yeah. It was 3-1. Full count? No, that's 4. Oh. Yeah, it was 3-1 when I threw that last one. Yeah, you're on first.
So Austin Whitehouse pinch running for Houston Schmutz, and he'll head over to first, as it'll bring up another lefty-lefty matchup between Hatch and Gradwall. It was the second inning of game 1 where the Nighthawks really blew things open. And here in game 2, the Mojo looked to do the exact same. 2-0, thought about it, but holds off. As that just catches the zone for strike 1. Again, catching strike 2. Full count pitch, tapped foul. That'll miss low, ball 4. So back-to-back 2-out walks for Drew Gradwall. That'll bring Austin Whitehouse up 1 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts thus far.
Remember a few minutes ago when I was saying that the Mojo without Dominic and being short guys was going to make it hard for them to win? Yeah, well, here we are. The announcer jinx in full effect.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of the announcer jinx this season. This Gradwall is ahead 0-2 here, looking to get out of the inning. And he'll do just that, a strikeout swinging. But the Mojo add a couple. It's a 3-0 ball game as we head to the bottom of the second.
It's only the second.
Was that 3 outs? Yeah.
Has the TikTok thing come up yet?
So the Nighthawks looking to work their way back into this ball game. 0-1 pitch, or the 1-0 pitch, my apologies, stayed inside ball 2. As Playhouse swings through that one for strike 1. I was telling Shane I got tagged in a Twitter notification in the break from one of my buddies who's a Red Sox fan asking me specifically to fix T-Mobile Park. 3-1. He's going to be blasted out toward left field. The problems they have there, certainly not the case here. Because that ball leaves the yard. Jack Playhouse on a line. So Philip Thomas takes strike 1 as the Nighthawks get a run back. And interesting swing right there from Thomas. Defends, but he's behind 1-2. Now the 1-2. He's going to wear it off the back, and the count is even. Tapped foul, and the count stays at 2-2. This one sent over toward Whitehouse, can't quite make the play.
Although a very accurate throw to first.
Yeah, nice play over there after bobbling it. He just kind of flipped it on over to first. So Thomas, a base hit single. And now the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Drew Gradwall. First pitch just catching the top of the zone for strike 1. This one hit well but foul. Gradwall looking to continue the second inning rally that the Nighthawks have sparked. The 0-2. Can't catch up to it, goes down swinging, and there's one away. Hatch looking to work his way out of trouble after he left runners at first and third in the first inning. Justice can't catch up and swings through strike 1. This one sent toward left and gone. He wrapped it around the left field foul pole. And for the first time this season, Chance Justice leaves the yard, a 2-run shot, and we're tied.
Yeah, it's surprising it took him this long to get his first dinger of the year, because he's normally a pretty good power hitter, but I mean, hey, better late than never.
A breath of fresh air for him. I remember a couple seasons ago in the major leagues when Jose Abreu joined the Houston Astros. It took him until about mid-May to hit his first homer, and they were in Oakland. I remember seeing him sprint the bases and then go sliding into the Astros dugout. So all of a sudden, a tie ball game here in the bottom of the second inning.
I mean, no lead in the AWA is really safe. I mean, I've seen teams be up 10+ runs and come back or teams down 10+ runs and come back win it.
It does have a very college baseball-esque feel to it. Is that it seemed like it just caught the outside corner. We might want to take a look at
Let's get a replay here.
Yeah. Might need to get it slowed down.
It barely touched something.
And we've talked to the replay review people, but they said it was a ball, but it looks like everybody's just gonna take it as a strike.
I mean, it looks like it's a little too close to call. I mean,
we're gonna say the call on the field stands.
I mean, Jack left anyways, so
surrendered his position. That's what we'll go with.
Yeah, so it's his fault.
It's like a drop third strike kind of situation.
Yeah.
Now the 1-1. Tapped foul once again. Philip Thomas looking to continue moving this inning along. As that stays outside, the count is even 2-2. That's going to be sent out towards center and gone. Philip Thomas lines it off the tree, and all of a sudden the Nighthawks have come storming back to take a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the second.
Man.
As that's about as straightaway center as you can possibly get.
It's been a very productive half an inning for them here.
A 4 spot here in the bottom of the second, and the Nighthawks have really flipped this game. The 1-0 on the way to ground wall. Misses outside, and it's 2. Gradwall pops that one up, ranging towards center field is Whitehouse. He hauls it in, and that'll end the inning. But a 4 spot for the Nighthawks is going to put the fate of this game on the shoulders of Drew Gradwall, who can close things down and secure the series. So it'll be the top of the order leading off here in the top of the third. A 4-3 Nighthawks lead in the second game of this 3-game series, and Houston Schmutz will take ball 1 low. Mojo need to score a run to prolong this ball game. But Schmutz is quickly behind 0-2. I'm sorry, 1-2. So he's gonna send that one toward right field. And this game just keeps getting crazier. Houston Schmutz.
Wow.
A game-tying solo shot. His second of the ball game. He's 4 for 4.
Oh, White House runs the bases for him. That's funny.
Austin Whitehouse runs the bases for him. And we're tied once again.
I didn't even notice that until the very end there.
So even with the injury, Houston Schmutz with 2 homers and 2 singles. He's got a walk to go along with him. Reached base in all 5 at-bats thus far here in game 2.
I mean, injuries usually don't affect your hitting ability too much. I mean, look at Ohtani having a great season and a half at the plate, you know, in the midst of Tommy Johns.
Holds off, and it's a 5-pitch walk for Alex Hatch. So Austin Whitehouse now will step in 1 for 4 here in the second game with 3 strikeouts. First pitch to him is going to be popped up toward left field. And Blehouse dropped it. It looked like a gimme play for Jack Blehouse. He had it in his hands. Couldn't hang on to it.
Now back for Metropolitan Mojo. Second baseman, number 8, Houston Schmutz.
And he usually doesn't drop those. I mean, a veteran player of his caliber.
Seemed like a fairly routine play, but now Schmutz will step back in. 4 for 4, single, homer, walk, homer.
Not bad.
Quite a ball game here. He's behind 1-2 in this at bat, though. 1-2 on the way. Stays high, and the count goes back to even. Still nobody out here in this third inning. Schmutz takes a walk, and it's going to be bases loaded with nobody down.
Okay.
Bases loaded and 2 ghost runners.
Yes, we'll go the old playground style with two ghost runners.
Yeah. Oh wow, Tommy Tickets is going to third. Pinch runner.
Speedster over in third.
This could be dangerous.
Imposing presence over there in the hot corner.
We might have another pulled hammy.
Gradwall struggling here in this third inning. The wheels starting to come off for the left-hander. Gets one back right there as Hatch swings through it. Runs inside. It's 3-1. Gradwall looking to avoid walking in the go-ahead run. He'll do just that, and the Mojo go back ahead.
I'm going to blame this on Jack dropping a foul. Okay, let's just say I caught that. But you didn't.
Hey, when you slice one into the trees, do you carry it into your next swing? No.
And for a guy that's usually oh so consistent, a 5 spot for the Mojo in this ball game.
That's what I'm talking about.
Whitehouse can't connect.
Booyah!
Taps that one foul, and he's behind 0-2. Once again, still nobody down here in this third inning.
With bases loaded, that's not ideal if you're a Nighthawk.
Yeah, this is a tough spot to be in as the Mojo have rallied back to take a 5-4 lead. That's outside. The count is full, 3-2.
Great pitch. Do it again.
Things continuing to fall out of control for Drew Gradwall. But he gets the strikeout here, and there's one down.
I swore I tipped it. I didn't hear anything.
Wait.
You didn't tip? He's thinking he tipped it, no?
No.
Can't put those
Get that hot garbage out of here. You can hear it loud and clear.
Whitehouse trying to argue that he caught a piece of it, but he's about the only person in this backyard who says so.
Tom said it too, but all right.
How many out?
One. Are we looking at it? Huh? No, they're not looking at it. They don't want to.
I don't know. I don't even know if you can tell.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, you can't tell that under view.
So one down now. That'll drop in for strike one. Just missed outside. The count goes even. Two one on the way now. Sent towards center. That's going to be trouble. One run's going to score. Here comes Hatch. No throw home. Whitehouse digs around for third in place of Schmutz. It's going to be a stand-up triple. And Houston Schmutz continues to crush the baseball.
Okay, so Maddie trained Cap as a PED now.
Yeah.
A bases clearing triple, and it's 8-4.
You shouldn't have let me know that you were hurt, dude. Now it's just messing me all up.
Still only one down as Hatch taps that foul. Behind 0-2 now. 0-2 on the way. Is going to be rocketed but foul.
Austin Whitehouse dog was very interested in that foul ball.
As Hatch goes down swinging, and there's two down. Houston Schmutz in 7 plate appearances in this game. 5 for 5, 2 walks, 2 homers, and a triple.
Wow.
And 2 singles.
Yeah, I definitely think he's one of the league's more underrated players.
Playhouse fires to first. They're going to go home with it. We're going to have to take a look at the review here. Playhouse went to first. Thomas comes up firing. And he's going to be out at home.
Huh? That was, we had
already 2 outs. Who's up, me? Yeah. Down 4. Crap. 4-0. What's the score?
8-4.
8-4. Yes, 8-4.
So they nab the runner at home, and that'll take us to the bottom of the third. A little bit of deliberation there. But the Nighthawks are going to need 4 to tie, 5 to win this ball game as Chance Justice swings through strike 1. Stays upstairs, and the count is even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Can't connect. And Justice falls behind 1-2. 1 for 2 with a walk, strikeout, and homer. As Justice goes down swinging to open things up here in the bottom of the third.
Oh, sorry.
So Jack Playhouse will step in 1 for 3 thus far.
Good. Yeah, the Yankees had like a golden thaw in what they were. That'd be a good TikTok, you putting it on. Yeah. I've always got. I'm gonna do like that sweat thing where it comes up over my phone.
They're discussing TikToks to make.
Playhouse, quite the show of bat speed right there from Jack Playhouse on the first pitch, but he can't catch up to the 58-mile-an-hour pitch. So that stays low for ball 1. Drops in for strike 2. 1-2. 61 saved by the speed check is Jack Playhouse.
There's an offside play right there.
So still in a 1-2 count is Jack Playhouse. He taps that one foul.
Yes, way.
Tried for the running bunt right there. Couldn't quite lay it down. Stays outside, and the count goes 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, only 1 down though. As that bounces in the dirt, the count goes full 3-2. Thought about it, but holds off. And a 1-out base runner here for the Nighthawks.
Yeah, Playhouse, one of the most disciplined hitters in the league, and I mean, you see it right there. You know, obviously, a lot of times that a pitch looks inviting, shall we say, but he's like, you know, holds back, and I mean, you know, getting walks is not exactly the fun thing to do, but it's base runners, so hey.
I always call that the money ball strategy. You know, he gets on base.
Yeah.
Any means necessary.
Mm-hmm.
1 ball, 1 strike on the way to Thomas. Taps it foul.
That's kind of a weird release there from Alex Hatch.
That just misses. And yeah, it is an interesting arm slot, hand slot for Alex Hatch. He kind of flicks that wrist. That one looked a little more conventional. Count is full 3-2.
I mean, it worked out when he tried it.
Stays up high, and another 1-out walk. There's 2 aboard for Drew Gradwall. And all of a sudden, the tying run sits on deck.
Wouldn't that just be crazy? With,
Yeah,
I mean,
what a story that would be.
we've had, what have we had? 3 lead changes so far. Get a 4th one? Sure, why not?
Mojo scored 1 in the first, but in the second and third, there's been 11 combined runs between these 2 teams.
Wow.
Gradwall chops one back to Hatch. He'll just go to first with it. Both runners move up 40 feet. Stays up high for ball 1. That'll catch the zone, and the count goes even 1-1. Again, missing outside. Hatch now in a 2-1 count. Stays upstairs, and it's a 3-1 hitter's count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. And that'll just catch to move the count full. Hatch looking to close things down and even this series at 1 game apiece. Tapped foul.
Shut up over there, Drew.
Yeah, there have been very few sweeps this year. I mean, which is a little unusual for this league. There's normally not quite as much parity as there has been this year, but
if you take a look at the standings, it's very tight as that's going to be blasted back up the middle. Tough play, throw to first in time. And the Mojo take game 2. We'll take a look at the replay, but it looks like the throw got in there in time. Yeah, pretty clearly did. So that'll wrap it up for game 2. The Mojo take an 8-4 win and force a game 3 rubber match.
That's fine.
Tom, do you have any Advil? Yeah. You want some ice too? Is that? I'll do that after.
Want some perks?
Yeah, you want to go? Yeah.
So we'll kick it down the first baseline. Roberts with Austin Whitehouse.
All right, first an injury update on your number 8 teammate there. How's he feeling? I know you're running the bases for him out there.
If he continues to hit like that, he can blow up both Achilles and all that matter.
How do you feel like the pitching is going to go here for you in game 3?
Got those strikes. I think we have Hatch for 1 more inning, so we're going to build a lead and hopefully have him come in and close it out.
All right, good luck out there. Back to booth, guys.
He asked about your legs or your injuries, and I'm like,
First base. First? Yeah, second. Someone lead defense. Knuckleball. There you go. I'm trying to throw a knuckleball. I think you just threw 8 different pitches.
Yeah. If I just go like this and I just throw it. Yeah.
The wind will catch it. Oh. What? We're in the field. You guys are cool. Alrighty. How do you like those velos? Good? 9 milligram. I've never had velo before. They're good. I do really enjoy them. You look a lot, no? The mustache. Once you got all thick, you're like, whoa. That does not look 58, sir. It's close. It is. I can't run. Me neither. Sam, anything on the right side is in the park home run. Yeah, pretty much. The right and arm? Now we know. But if they combine, they can become a great. Yeah, that's true. That's all. Wait, what? Are you questioning the managerial choices? No, if you guys combine to make one person be an elite defender. Bits and pieces of everybody. Sort of Frankenstein. His groin. All right, we ready? Yeah. What are you thinking for me? I don't know what you get for me. I guess my hands. My hands are good. Yeah.
Game 3 getting underway. It's going to be Chance Justice leading things off for the Nighthawks. And he's quickly in a 1-1 count. A look at the updated lineups. Justice at second for the Nighthawks as he taps that foul. Playhouse at third. Philip Thomas on the hill. here in this third and final game, and then Drew Gradwall over at first. As Justice goes down swinging to open things up. Austin Whitehouse, who's on the hill for the Mojo, quickly getting a strikeout to open things up.
An interesting choice here to not have Tommy Tickets pitching. I mean, maybe the shoulder's a little sore or something. Who knows?
I assumed it would have been.
Okay, we just got word that he's on reserve today, so.
I was going to say, I assumed it would have been him versus Jack Playhouse, but neither of them taking the hill for their respective squads here in this third and final game.
No, Playhouse has been having Phil Thomas kind of be the #2 pitcher, at least for the most part this year.
So he'll take a 1-out walk.
Jack gets a walk. That's unusual.
Yeah. So it'll be Houston Schmutz at first for the Mojo. Alex Hatch over at third, and then Whitehouse on the mound. As Thomas is going to line that one back up the middle. They went
safe.
Tommy Tickets went to second with it. Couldn't make the throw to first in time. And Thomas will be safe over at first. So Drew Gradwall will step in now with 1 down and 2 runners aboard. First pitch stays outside, ball 1. I'd said earlier that wiffle ball tends to operate a lot like college baseball. There's a lot of chaos. A lot of teams can come back from some big-time deficits. And another thing that you see a lot of as Gradwall jumps ahead 3-1 is that pitching off, pitching another starter, as Gradwall will take the walk. But now pitching off, pitching a guy that might not be the ace in your rotation on a Sunday or in a midweek, and usually in the final game of a series like we see in the AWA. And not throwing your aces can sometimes lead to a little bit of chaos, like we tend to see in some of these game 3s. So
yeah.
we'll be on the lookout for that here today.
But it makes it fun, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Went to quite a few college baseball games while I was at school. Saw some ridiculous scores. Kansas played Wichita State at one point, won that one 18-12.
Wow.
Saw them beat Milwaukee 21-3.
Oh, yeah.
So
sounds like a football score.
Yeah, exactly. They do not, but they do have in non-conference games and in the final game of the series, if it's a 10-run ball game after 7, the game's over. And there's other weird rules because BYU can't play on Sundays. So after another walk gives the Nighthawks the lead, Jack Playhouse will step in now, and back-to-back tough pitches from Austin Whitehouse pushes him behind 0-2. Tapped foul. I'm trying to think. I don't believe any of the other ball games I went to this year were too crazy in terms of scores. This Playhouse is going to wear that.
Wentz is in pain.
2-2. Just missed outside, ball 3. I did see a 16-5 ball game at one point, as that's tapped foul.
That's, yeah.
So Playhouse staying alive, really working the count in what is now an 8-pitch at-bat.
I mean, 16-5 is a lot, but it's not like 21-3.
Yeah, certainly not
that is crazy.
Ironically, the 16-5 game was the first college baseball game I ever broadcasted.
Wow.
Yeah. Got got to work with Kansas Athletics for that one, so they had me up in the booth. And it was a 7-inning ball game. It was pretty out of hand by about the 4th inning, so I was on color. The guy next to me was on play-by-play, and we just bantered for a little while.
Good.
Count still full 3-2. White House looking to win the battle, but that's going to run inside, and a 9-pitch at-bat goes the way of Jack Blayhouse. Another 1-out walk, and it's 2-0 Nighthawks here in the top of the 1st. So Philip Thomas steps back in. 1 for 1 with a single, the only base hit of this ball game thus far. As he's gonna make it 2 for 2, and he's gonna leave the yard. Rye bread, mustard, salami. Philip Thomas. A 1-out grand slam here in the 1st. And it's gonna end the inning. The 6th spot ends the frame. Quite a start to this one for the Northern Nighthawks.
How do I take it to the bottom of the 1st now? Go miscellaneous and then end half inning.
So a 6-run top of the 1st from the Northern Nighthawks is going to give Philip Thomas quite an advantage to pitch with. And we've seen a lot of guys create their own offense while pitching. Obviously, the number one that comes to mind is Moses Valdez a couple weeks ago when he spun a no-hitter and walked it off with a 2-run homer.
Yeah.
Or Thomas.
I mean, pretty much all year last year, I mean, the Aces were so dominant at the plate. It was like he really didn't even, Moses Valdez really didn't even have to pitch that well. He just, I mean, he did most of the time, but you know, it's such a big cushion for you.
So Thomas with quite an opportunity now. 61. And a lot of pitchers will say that, you know, being in a spot like this certainly makes pitching a lot easier.
Well, certainly less pressure.
At some point during this past college baseball season, I talked with Kansas's ace Dominic Vagley and interviewed him after a ball game, and he had said something along the lines of, you know, you're able to just go out and execute pitches as Thomas does right there. You don't have to think so much about the situation.
Yeah. Well, just put it, I mean, if you're down, you know, you put all that pressure on yourself to, like, have to be perfect and be clever, and, you know, it kind of takes away the art of pitching a little bit.
Tapped foul, and Hatch falls behind.
He hits the mascot. Perfect setup pitch for this.
That one ran up and hit us up here in the booth.
That was quite the riser.
Yeah. A little too much rise on it. 2-2 on the way. Goes inside, 66.
We're in Seattle.
And the count is full 3-2.
It's 69. That's what I was saying earlier. Is like actually, how far back? Couple feet.
So Hatch working his way back into this at bat. And he's going to work himself all the way back into a 1-out walk.
I think Philip Thomas thought he was still pitching in the Seattle Wiffle Ball League, where the speed limit is, I think, 68 for pitching, if I remember correctly. But the mound is a little further back, so.
67 right there. He's really firing it right now. 2-0 on the way to White House. 48. Nearly a 20-mile-an-hour difference.
What's the count?
3-0.
Oh, 3-0.
So the 3-0 pitch on the way here to White House. Swung through, but 61. This one at 56 slots in for a strike, and Thomas gets one back. Count full now. 58, got him looking. Thomas rallies all the way back to win the at-bat.
Sorry, we go.
So Houston Schmutz 0 for 1 thus far now. Struck out swinging his first time up.
The pinch runner will be ready at the hot tub.
Tagged, tough play, flipped to first, and Gradwell makes it with relative ease to end the inning. 6-0 as we head to the second.
Drew, you're up.
Drew Gradwell will lead this inning off. Technically still 0 for 0. He walked his first time up. A 6-0 ball game on only 2 hits for the Northern Nighthawks. Gradwell chops it over towards second. Underhand flip from Tommy Tickets. And there's one down.
Well, it was still enough to get it in there, but
Justice leaves that one at 57 for strike 1. Takes that one for a ball. Now the 1-1. Holds off again. It's 2-1. This one's going to be poked toward right, but foul. White House looking for a punch out here. The 2-2. Just drops low, and the count is full 3-2.
Who was the other guy? Who's the Yankees guy?
So full count with one down here in the top of the second. Nighthawks still leading at 6-0.
I haven't heard himself.
Oh.
Heard of him since the World Series.
Tapped foul. So the count stays full. The payoff pitch once again. Stays up high, and it's ball 4. Seemed like White House just kind of lost that one out of the hand. It just kind of sailed.
yeah, well, and that's the danger of wiffle balls, is the path in which they take is sometimes unpredictable. Just considering it's a hollow ball and everything, but
So Playhouse behind 1 and 2 here. He'll leave that one inside. Again, just missing is White House. 26 balls to 19 strikes for Austin White House. Obviously a tough first inning, really aiding that. Full count once again on the way. And a run inside, ball 4. It's back-to-back one-out walks.
mean, like 106 come right in his head.
It's awfully similar to last inning, if I remember correctly. They had bases loaded with one out. And that was when
Literally got saved by the
that was when everything started happening.
First pitch to Thomas is going to be left inside once again. He's going to line that one to center. Number 2 of the day, and Philip Thomas is seeing a beach ball. He has been crushing the ball all day long. A 3-run shot, and it's 9-0.
I mean, that's got to be one of the furthest hit balls I've ever seen here.
He has been dominant.
In one of the deepest parts of the park, too.
Gradwell takes that for a strike and swings through that one. He's behind 0-2. Leave it on the inside corner. Strikeout looking for Drew Gradwell. And there's 2 down.
Oh, that was good.
Gradwell can't help but laugh. Goes down on 3 pitches. Back to the top of the order with Chance Justice, who leaves that one, or swung through for strike 1.
61.
This one tapped foul, and it's 0-2. Whitehouse looking to get out of the inning. Just over the half-century mark in pitches at 53. Justice leaving that one for ball 1. This one tagged. Blayhouse flipped to first, and they'll get him there. That'll end the frame, but another 3 spot makes it 9-0 Nighthawks.
I was last out.
Back to work at the bottom of the second. Hatch taps the first pitch foul. And it was 6 runs on 2 hits earlier for the Northern Nighthawks. 9 runs on 3 hits now. Now the 1-1 from Thomas. Drops in ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Hatch. He's going to pop it foul. 0 for 0 with a walk in the first inning. That drops in. Strike 3.
Speed check.
Oh, speed check.
I saw the reflection off of your watch. It freaking got it. I flinched before the pitch. You got me. I'm dead serious.
So we'll try it again at 2-2.
That's bogus. I flinched before the pitch and you got there. Like, what?
Alex Hatch is saying the reflection.
This one grounded. Justice throw to first in time to get him.
He was saying the reflection from Chance Justice's watch got in his eye, and it made him flinch before the pitch there.
Huh. Interesting.
Which, I mean, who knows if that's legit, but
it's like the
he was out either way, so you know.
It's like the sniper sight in like Call of Duty and Fortnite.
Yeah.
So 1 down now here in the bottom of the second as Whitehouse taps the first pitch foul. That one just misses down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. 64. Philip Thomas is slinging it out there right now.
Yeah, he's got to dial it back here a little bit.
This one at 54 just catches the outside part of the zone, and he'll go ahead 1 and 2. Just barely misses outside. 2 and 2. Little high, and the count runs full here with 1 down. Popped up. Thomas thought about it, but holds off.
Yeah, who would have dove for that? Jake Oliver.
Dirtiest player in the league, Jake Oliver, would have laid out for it, but Thomas holds off, and we'll try things again from a full count. Three balls, 2 strikes on the way to White House. Tapped. And it's going to run wide of Gradwell. It just snuck over that foul line. Interesting play right there. We'll see what they rule it as.
Oh, wait, I need you to run. Oh, yeah, sorry. I will. Are you sure? Yep, you're still faster than me.
So Austin Whitehouse, a double on the error. And still 1 down here in the bottom of the second as the top of the order comes back up with Houston Schmutz. Stays low, ball 1, and the count is even.
I didn't even see that ball. I didn't see it at all.
Schmutz will wear it, so he goes ahead 2 and 1 now.
I didn't see that one either.
And again, that'll stay inside, so the foul ball to open things up from Schmutz. But
Really good eyesight.
3 balls in a row now.
It's that W, I think. Yeah, it's the W. Or I'm a ding dong, I don't know.
3-1 hitters count on the way from Thomas. Catch the zone at 56 for strike 2. And the count is full. Tagged foul.
Oh, that's horrible.
Pinch runner ready at the hot tub. It's going to be Alex Hatch. 3 and 2. Got him to swing at it, and there's 2 down.
There you go. You. Can I have that bat back? No, that is so dumb.
Somebody in the outfield for the Nighthawks said it was about time Schmutz got out. Had quite the game in game number 2.
That is putting it mildly.
Yeah. After Moses Valdez had the dual walk-off no-hitter game a couple weeks ago, Jack had said that might be the best performance you'll see all season, but what Houston Schmutz just did in game 2 might rival it.
Yeah, certainly offensively.
Hatch quickly ahead 3-0. And he'll take a 1-out walk.
4-pitch walk at that.
So it'll be back to Austin Whitehouse, 0 for 2, with a strikeout and an error. I guess he reached on error, you could say.
Yeah.
Mojo looking to claw their way back into this one a little bit. Anything helps. First pitch from Thomas. Just catches the zone for strike 1. That's going to be a little jam sandwich, tough play, chance justice, but he reins it in and ends the inning. The Mojo leave a couple aboard But we go to the third, 9-0 Nighthawks your score. So back to work here in the top of the third. First pitch stays outside to Jack Blayhouse. That one at 57 just catches that low inside part of the zone. Now the 1-1. Outside, and Blayhouse goes ahead 2-1. Poked foul, and it's 2-2. 2-2 in there, strike three looking, and there's one away. Just dropped it in and froze Blayhouse. And interestingly enough, looking at these numbers, the Nighthawks so far have not left a single runner on. Everyone who's gotten aboard has scored, thanks in part to 2 homers from Philip Thomas, who's in a 1-1 count here. Slams one up the middle. It's going to get through, and it's a 4-for-4 ball game for Thomas. 2 singles and 2 homers.
That's one of those like crazy but true stats that you see for sports, you know, like how every base runner has scored.
It has been quite a ball game in terms of offensive production for the Nighthawks, as that is the definition of what I thought was going to be a loud foul ball, but it rolls back fair.
Wow.
Drew Gradwall with a little bit of a lucky bounce right there.
Yeah, thanks to the old root over there. Kind of a...
I know it was fair, but Tom's saying we usually call it foul. What's the call?
I know in
Fair.
baseball that's a fair ball.
Fair?
Usually,
It's fair.
Usually when it's out of bounds and it comes
Did it
back.
hit the bush at all?
They said it's fair.
No. Drew, did that hit the bush or no?
No.
No, it did. Who's Jack?
If it hits the bush, then it's foul. If it doesn't hit the bush, we're
So after a little deliberation, Austin Whitehouse goes back to work as Justice swings through that one. Justice skies one left field, Hatch there, and there's one down. Everybody stays where they are, and Blayhouse will step back in now with 2 down. Blayhouse quickly ahead 2-0. He'll continue working his way out front. It's 3-0 now.
Oh.
So Blayhouse held off on that one and takes a 4-pitch walk. So it's going to be bases loaded with 2 outs now for Philip Thomas. And
just the guy you want at the plate if you're the Mojo.
Yeah, this is the last guy you want to see if you're the Metropolitan Mojo. That's ball 1 down low. 4-for-4, 2 singles, 2 homers. As that's going to be caught by Hatch, it'll end the frame. So a sigh of relief from the Metropolitan Mojo right there. But they've got a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to do it as we head to the bottom of the third.
Let's go.
So it'll be Houston Schmutz leading things off. The 1, 2, and 3 hitters, obviously, but in that order.
Well, it's when you only have 3, I guess that makes it easier.
So Schmutz quickly ahead 2-0 as he swung out of his shoes on that one, a full pirouette. Now the 2-1. Got him to swing at it, and the count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thomas looking to open up this 3rd and final inning with a strikeout. Drops in the dirt, and the count goes full 3-2. Got him to swing at it, and there's 1 down. Schmutz down on strikes, and that'll bring in Alex Hatch, 0 for 1 with a couple of walks.
Yeah, strikeout for your first out it's not exactly what you want if you're trying to get a 9-run rally here, but
I'd argue more so that making your first out isn't necessarily what you want.
Well, yeah, that too.
Hatch quickly ahead 2-0 though, looking for his 3rd walk of this 3rd game of the series. And he'll make it 3. 3 balls, no strikes on the way. Grounded, just foul. Stayed fair for a while, but right at the last second, hooked to the right. So a 3-1 hitter's count to Alex Hatch. It'll stay outside, ball 4. And interestingly enough, I just realized this. The Nighthawks stranded the bases loaded. Their first runners left aboard of this 3rd and final game.
Huh.
So now both teams are even in runners left aboard. As that's going to be sent out toward the gap, it'll get down. A 1-run double for Austin Whitehouse, and that is the first hit that Philip Thomas has given up here in this 3rd game.
And Chance Justice claims that would have hit Alex Hatch, the runner there, which that would have been quite a play, but I guess we'll never know.
So the no-hitter over for Philip Thomas, unfortunately. And he was on pace to put up another top performance of the season.
Holding his breath over there. I don't know.
There's only one answer.
So the 2-0 pitch on the way here from Thomas. Drops in for strike 1. After the 5 for 5 game 2 for Houston Schmutz. He's 0 for 4 thus far. Looking to get himself aboard for the first time. It'll ground one left side. Tough play. They'll get the runner, and they'll turn 2.
Lackadaisical effort there from
a game-ending double play. Tommy Tickets forgot to run. You see something new every day.
What a way to end a game.
In the AWA. What a way to end it. A 1-hit shutout from Philip Thomas, who's the winning pitcher. And the Nighthawks take the series 2-1. I'm Trevor Butler, joined by Shane Hansen. Thank you guys for joining us. And we'll see you tomorrow, actually, for another big-time matchup.
Here we go. Night, everybody.